Well then guys, May 2015 looks set to be the greatest month for Marvel superhero films. Hey there, I'm James Wilson here to give you guys a little reaction to the Avengers 2 trailer that you guys have just seen me see the end of here on Hermits United. So, this film looks, that trailer has pretty much blown the film away for me because in the last film, yes, I loved the last film because the last film I think was more a sort of nostalgic thing because we had never seen Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk, all these brilliant Marvel superheroes that we know very, very well, and really we'd never actually seen them in the same room together. So the first Avengers film back in 2012 was, my God, it was more of a nostalgic thing, I think, and the plot, it wasn't flawless. Come on, it wasn't, because you know there were a lot of things that bothered me about it. And one of the things that bothered me about it, which made this film look improved from the first one to me, was that in the first film I thought that the heroes sort of beat the enemy a little bit too easily, and in the first film you've always got to start out easy and then go for the tougher stuff in the next films. And yeah, that's definitely what they've done in this film, because in the first film I think that Loki and the Chitauri weren't exactly that much of a very big threat, you know. I mean, Loki was basically a brat who wanted to take over his father's throne and basically destroy Earth, just for the sake of power and greed, really. And I don't think Loki and the Chitauri were that great of a villain, and I think they were defeated far too easily. But in this film, it looks like a much more personal sort of journey that these heroes are going on, because as we know from Phase 2 that we've been seeing over the past couple of years since the first Avengers film, we've been seeing a hell of a lot of things change in terms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For those of you who haven't seen any of the Phase 2 yet, spoilers, in Iron Man 3, the chest piece from Tony Stark, that had gone. So how was he going to be Iron Man anymore? We saw Iron Man in the trailer, but we never actually got to see Tony Stark actually get in the Iron Man suit. We only think that, you know. So, you know, hey, anything can happen. Come on, we saw Pepper Potts in the Iron Man suit, and so, you know, anything can happen. But then in Thor 2, we saw Thor walk away from the throne, and Loki had then taken over. Unbeknownst to Thor, Loki had taken over the throne, and you know, so you know, we don't know if we'll be seeing him in Avengers 2. He wasn't seen in the trailer, but I can only hope so. And then Captain America 2. My God, that was probably the biggest flip over out of all the films, because Shield, who was the one who started the Avengers initiative, basically half of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been completely wiped out because, as we all know from Captain America 2, it was discovered that Hydra was hiding within S.H.I.E.L.D. and so, you know, half of S.H.I.E.L.D. had to be taken down, and Captain America is on a journey to find his best friend, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, who saved his life at the end of the film, and so, you know, there are a lot of personal journeys that these characters are going on from the end of their solo films, and in this film, obviously, we see them culminate together. And from the trailer, we know that there is still some strain towards the characters, because we saw Thor grab Tony Stark by the throat. We saw Iron Man fighting Hulk in that brilliant Hulk smasher suit. That was just, but we got to see both of the Avengers fight each other. And so, you know, it's still a very strained relationship between all the superheroes, and that's the way I like it. I like them to seem flawed. I mean, it just shows that superheroes have demons, and you know, I think Tony Stark has more demons than any of them. The trailer seems to be very much focused on Tony Stark and Iron Man and stuff like that, but there are, of course, shots of Thor and Captain America and stuff like that. Now, Ultron, I think, is a much better threat than Loki was, because I think Ultron seems like a very sort of morally he thinks of himself as morally right. I think Ultron does, and although he's an artificial intelligence created by Tony Stark, who then goes on to think that humanity is wrong and it should be purged of. I think is very much, it's an old idea, like Frankenstein's monster. You create something and it ends up destroying everything. It's a very old idea, but I think in this film, I think it'll work definitely, because Ultron looks like seriously a villain that can actually test the heroes, because I actually screamed a little bit when, louder than I should have for a male, we saw the Captain America shield split in half. I mean, that just shocked me, because it was just like, my God, nothing is supposed to break the Captain America shield, and so something does, and honestly, all the heroes seem all very stressed, and it seems like Ultron is definitely gonna kick their ass, really, and so this film looks to be a huge improvement upon the first film, because, like I said, I just thought the first film things were a bit too easy, so it looks like things are going to get a lot harder in this film. So yeah, Joss Whedon, in terms of the trailer, you have pulled this off. So yeah, please put in the comment section below what you guys thought about the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron trailer, and if you guys are just as excited as I am. So then guys, this has been Hermits United. I've been James Wilson. I'll see you guys next time.